7 dwarves lived in a giant mushroom. Megan,
Look!
that is
You go by their cottage. You go by their cottage on the 7 Dwarfs ride.
You're right.
Can I make that clear?
Welcome to this True or False episode of the Mazas Musings podcast. Yeah, we're playing a game of True or False, Disney style. And Meghan and Eileen are here to help me with this episode. It's a lot of fun. It's maybe not the most challenging game, but of course, we're playing with Meghan, who's significantly younger. And while she's had a fair amount of experience with Disney, well, she's not quite knowing everything quite yet. Of course, in other parts of her life, she thinks she does already know anything. So boy, am I in for a world of trouble. Anyway, before we get into anything else, of course, we have Meghan with her Cuckoo Bananas joke of the week.
And now it's time for Meghan's
Cuckoo bananas. Joke.
Hi, Meghan.
Hi.
Do you have a joke for us today?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
What did the lion cub's mom say to her cub on her birthday?
I don't know. What did the lion cub's mom say to the lion cub on its birthday?
It's roar birthday. Yeah, instead of it's your birthday, it's roar birthday.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. And with this episode being Disney related, we normally would not have a Mazas Mickey Minute, but there are a few things that are happening, a couple of announcements that I felt required some attention. And there was another piece that if you got the newsletter, you saw that I was going to talk about some Disney tech. I'm going to hold off on that because another piece of news just officially came through. So, and these two pieces of news that I have for this week's Mazas Mickey Minute are related. So we're going to hit those two and then head right into our main topic. So here we go.
Donald, wake up! It's showtime! Don't forget the orchestra!
Ah, there you are. And just in time.
Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
And here we go!
All right, so for our first piece of news, we got an update on what's going to be happening with Galaxy's Edge. And this is specific to Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Now, they are going to essentially be including more characters and more timelines within the Star Wars universe instead of trying to focus specifically on the sequel era. So here's a little snippet from the Disney Parks blog. New storylines will be brought to life on Batuu, spanning multiple eras of the planet's rich history. These updates will enable you to experience the Galactic Civil War in New Republic, as well as the Age of Resistance and First Order. Now, basically what this means is you're going to be able to see Darth Vader, you're going to see Luke Skywalker, you're going to see Leia Organa, you're going to see Han Solo. but along with that, you're also going to have opportunities to see Rey. You're going to have opportunities to see Ahsoka Tano and the Mandalorian and Grogu. So instead of focusing on a single timeline here, and they've kind of been muddying this anyway, they are going to kind of create a little bit of um, a structure to it all. So let me just walk you through a little bit of this, according to the Disney Parks blog. Black Spire Outpost will roll back in time several decades, thoughtfully introducing beloved characters from across the Star Wars timeline, new props and graphics in some areas, musical selections from Star Wars film scores throughout the land, and more. So essentially, this main area of Galaxy's Edge is going to be more of those, those legacy characters. And then we get into it a little bit further down. It says the forested area on the outskirts of the Black Spire outpost, easy for me to say, will continue to represent a time inspired by the Age of the Resistance. You may find Rey around this resistance camp, and if you're bold enough, become a hero yourself in a climactic battle with the First Order aboard Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. So essentially, they're figuring out a way to make sure that the thing that they spent the most money on in this area is still relevant. While it seems, and I talked a little bit about this with Matt Conway when we spoke in an episode a few episodes ago, that essentially the original plan was always to base Batu on the timeline of the sequel trilogy, but the really lackluster response to the sequel trilogy, some of it warranted, some of it not, really caused them to pivot. And so they started introducing a lot of these other characters anyway. So this is kind of like the hard pivot now, to kind of, actually put some structure behind all of this. So in some ways it makes sense. I also asked on social media for some feedback on what people thought about this, and the vast majority of what I saw was honestly disappointment and hope that, disappointment in that it's only at Disneyland, and hope that it would expand to Walt Disney World. And I think it will eventually, but they're using Disneyland as the test ground for this, before they do a full on shift on both coasts. All right, so shifting over to the next thing, which was something that had been rumored for a while. There had been rumors for a long time about it. And, there was eventually some fire to go along with all that smoke. And that is that Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Studios announced a change in leadership, and Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down from Lucasfilm. And Dave Filoni will lead the studio as president and chief creative officer, with Lynwyn Brennan acting as co-president. I'm going to read a little bit here from a posting on StarWars.com. It says that Lucasfilm announced today, and this was posted on January 15th when we're recording it. Lucasfilm announced today that after 14 years of leading the studio, President Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down from her role. Kennedy will return to full-time producing, including the studio's upcoming feature films The Mandalorian and Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter. Now, this is interesting. It almost feels like a demotion. I don't know exactly how to read this. Is this so? It reads like a demotion, which these kinds of things don't really happen. When somebody gets removed, they kind of get removed permanently. So anyway, Dave Filoni is going to be basically handling the creative side, and Lynn Brennan is going to be kind of the business side of things. So in a lot of ways, it's a right brain, left brain kind of thing. A lot like, and this is a really bad comparison to make given who we're talking about here, but it's a lot like Walt and Roy Disney. One of them was the creative, the other was the the one who was making sure that all the bills got paid. So you can see how something like this would be appealing to Disney. You can see how something like this could work. I always wonder about these situations where you have a division of power, if that is going to lead to more conflict. There's certainly a case to be made that one person having the ultimate final say and having that kind of structure is beneficial, but at the same time, making sure that people are playing to their strengths is also a good thing. And I think generally, Kathleen Kennedy gets a bit of a bad rap. Now, the sequel trilogy did not go well. And that is, I think, a big issue here. And especially because, as we talked about before, they structured an entire part of the parks and spent an amazing amount of money on that project, and they formed it all around this sequel trilogy that in a lot of ways was really disappointing. I mean, that's kind of the anchor here that's weighing her down. There was a lot of good that she did. I mean, we got The Mandalorian out of her leadership. We got Rogue One, I believe, out of her leadership. We got the final seasons of the Clone Wars. We got Bad Batch. We got Skeleton Crew. Even things like Ahsoka and the Acolyte had some good ideas. And so, I think that it's easy to kind of, make someone the scapegoat when something doesn't happen exactly the way you want it to. But at the same time, she did have a fair amount of wins. But I think that crown jewel of that sequel trilogy really faltering was her undoing. So I appreciate Kathleen Kennedy for all the work she did. She certainly wasn't perfect by any means, but nobody's is going to be. And you really can't look at Dave Filoni and say Dave Filoni's can do no wrong, because he's been involved in a lot of this stuff himself. So anyway, there's going to be hits, there's going to be misses, just like with everything, whether you're talking about Marvel, whether you're talking about Pixar, whatever. Going to be hits, going to be misses. Let's hope that this new leadership will be able to continue with more of the good than maybe we've seen, and a little less of the bad. And that's the Mazas Mickey Minute for this episode.
Well, I can't do any more damage around this popsicle stand.
So long, partner.
See you real soon.
All right, now that we've got that covered, let's head into our main topic, which is Disney, true or false, with Meghan and Eileen. Right, and I am here with Meghan and Eileen.
Hi.
And we are going to play a little game today. And Megan's very excited to play a game, it seems.
Okay, I'll calm down as the podcast keeps going, so you can start.
Okay. Well, we are going to be playing some Disney true or false. So the way that this is going to work is I am going to make a statement about Disney. It might be about a Disney movie. It might be about a Disney park.
it might be about a Disney ride.
Yes. Yep. That falls into the parks. But yeah, it could be about a specific ride. And you guys will have to tell me whether it's true or false.
Okay.
Whether it's a fact or whether it's fiction. And now if you have a clarifying question, like if you want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying, I will try my best to answer the question without
giving us
away.
the answer.
Okay? Sound good?
Yes.
So, and
I love what you're at.
and I'm going to ask each of you what you think. So, and I'll alternate back and forth as to who I'm going to ask first. So it's fair that way. And we'll start with Megan.
Megan, Mommy.
We'll start with Megan because she is the youngest. So
that was my idea.
So are we ready to go?
Yeah, some of them are
course
easier
I
questions,
am.
some are harder.
They do. The difficulty does fluctuate a little bit.
Okay, but it's not going to go necessarily in order.
No, it doesn't
Okay,
get
good.
Progressively harder.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
I am totally ready.
All right. So here is the first one. Megan, true or false? Cinderella Castle is located in the Magic Kingdom. What do you think, Megan?
I think it is true.
Definitely true.
That's way too easy.
You guys are both correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Started with an easy. Next question. I'll start with Mommy.
Oh, no.
Mickey Mouse's first words in a cartoon was hot dogs. True or false?
I do not know this question. No.
Would hot dogs have even existed back when his first words were?
I don't know the history of the hot dog. I'm sorry, I cannot.
I'm going to say maybe that's why there's the hot dog dance. I'm going to say true.
What do you think, Megan? True or false?
False.
Megan thinks it's false. Mommy thinks it's true. It's true.
What?
Yep, he said it his first words were in an animated short film, so it was a cartoon called The Carnival Kid, and it was in 1929.
Not 1989.
Not 1989.
You know why I said that, Mommy.
That was
You
when
know
Taylor
why.
Swift was born.
All right.
And that's one of her famous albums.
Next one is for Megan, starting off.
All right.
True or false? Donald Duck's middle name is Fauntleroy.
I do not know anything about Donald Duck.
Well, take a guess then. You think that's true? Mommy, what do you think?
I think it's false. False.
You're going with false? True or false?
True.
True? Okay.
I think
It's always good to follow your first instinct.
I think that's way too random for you to make up. So I'm going to say true also.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too random of a name to make up.
All righty. True or false? The 7 dwarves lived in a giant mushroom. Mommy first.
False.
Megan?
False.
That is
You go
false.
by their cottage. You go by their cottage on the 7 Dwarfs ride.
You're right.
Can I make that clear?
I was wondering if you would remember that, like, we go by that. But you've been on that enough that you would know now.
All righty. Next one. Let's see. I think Mommy goes first this time.
Yes, because
Okay.
I began telling statements.
Expedition Everest is the tallest mountain in Florida. True or false?
You seem suspicious here.
Well, I said
Well, there's
mountain
not-
because it's not a real mountain.
But we're not considering like a roller coaster a mountain. Like it has to be like a mountain roller coaster. Like I'm not going to take some tall ride at Universal that's not a mountain.
No, we're talking about what the highest point would be in Florida.
I'm gonna say false because there's probably a ride that's taller than Expedition Everest in Florida. I don't think there's like a mount. Florida doesn't have mountains, I don't think. But
it has one very famous mountain that I don't know the name of.
In Florida?
Yep.
But I don't think that I there's got to be rides taller than it, so it wouldn't be the highest point in Florida. So false.
I do not know anything about this question, so I'm just going to say false.
It is true. At 199.5 feet.
What?
There is no ride anywhere else in Florida that's taller with all the theme parks they have.
Well, remember, anything higher and they'd have to put airplane lights on it. Like the red flashing lights so that airplanes would see it. That's why everything is under 200 feet.
Interesting.
All right, next question. Megan, this one is for you first.
Okay, is this an easy question?
Mickey Mouse has 4 fingers on each hand.
Yes, that's super true.
Mommy?
I have seen his fingers before, and I did trivia, and the question was how many fingers Mickey Mouse had, and it was 4.
Are we counting thumb as a finger?
We're the digits, total digits.
Okay, then true. Because I was going to say it could be, you could say it's
Your
a thumb.
thumb is a finger.
Yeah.
Some people. So
the thumb is a finger.
True, right? True?
Yes. True.
All right.
True.
You both got that right.
True.
It's true.
It's super easy.
Okay. Here's the next one. You can buy chewing gum at any gift shop at Disney World. True or false? It's Mommy's turn first.
False. Absolutely not.
Megan?
You seem suspicious, Daddy.
I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying one way or another.
Truest? No, false.
False? And Mommy said false?
Yeah.
You're both right. Disney does not sell gum anywhere in the parks to keep the parks clean.
I never really thought about that, but it makes sense, like, so that you're not stepping on gum all the time. And I didn't know it wasn't anywhere, but I definitely knew it wasn't ever, like, that there were places that didn't have gum. And I recall that because one time we were trying to look for gum before going to the airport and the shop didn't have any.
I didn't remember that. But
yeah, if you like, we didn't buy gum and we were going to buy some to go back and we didn't because we couldn't find any.
Fair enough. Okay, next.
You're first this time? I think so, because I did the gum one first.
Yes, so you're up. All right. Epcot was originally meant to be a real city where people lived. True or false?
True.
Definitely true.
Yep. It stood for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
That's what EPCOT stands for.
She told me the answer.
You cheating?
No, I didn't.
She was nodding her head like this.
I just knew the answer myself, and she, I guess, noticed me nodding. That was, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Next question. Lightning McQueen's racing number is 24. True or false?
I know this one.
No peeking around the room.
I don't think we have a lightning in here.
I don't
You're
think so either.
First, anyway. No,
No, you are.
I know this answer.
False.
Megan?
False.
It is false. His number is 95.
I knew it. I knew it was either 94 or 95. I knew it. Sorry about going crazy.
I feel like I did not know that. I have not been that observant, I guess.
I watched the movie I've watched the movie about one time and I still know it.
About one time.
You also have books of it that you've probably read at times too.
No, I don't remember reading any books.
It's just one of those things that stuck out in your mind.
She knew it wasn't 24.
I knew it was 90 something.
Alrighty. True or false, Megan?
I'm here for it.
Scar in The Lion King is Simba's cousin. True or false?
Oh, that is so false. It's his uncle.
I'm going with Megan. She's correct.
She is correct.
Sorry about shouting out the real answer.
Next time, save the real answer until I go, just in case I get it wrong. I would not have gotten that one wrong. That one was way too easy. But
That was silly.
I told you that they do vary in. Okay. Mommy. Mickey ice cream bars have white chocolate on the inside. True or false?
I know this one.
I don't know. Do you think they're false?
Megan?
It was white. It was white chocolate on the inside.
The question was, Mickey ice cream bars have white chocolate on the inside. Is that true or false?
That is false because they have ice cream.
That's right. They have vanilla ice cream dipped in dark chocolate.
I knew it was dark chocolate on the outside. I was actually like, is there like white chocolate mixed in with the ice cream? Like I was maybe overthinking it, but I knew it was vanilla ice cream on the inside, but
All right, Megan, this time it is your turn first.
I'm super ready for this.
All right.
I think we're getting a tricky one the way he said it.
And his face looks so cute.
Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Wait, what's that?
The safari.
Okay.
Where you're driving around and seeing the animals? Okay. The trucks drive around on dirt roads. True or false?
True.
Mommy?
Except for oops.
What? Oh, you're sorry.
Yeah, they don't have a track. It's free. It's a drive because you. True? True.
False.
What?
Is it a track?
Actually colored concrete to look like dirt.
What?
It's
so that if it's like
a
super
concrete
muddy
road.
or something, we're not getting stuck in the mud.
Yep.
I thought it was dirt because like that color, but like also there was only some spots.
Like where there's a bridge or something like that.
Like where there's like a small river and there's chains to drive over.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought about that.
Yep.
But
it's an actual road. It's a concrete road, but they make it look like it's dirt. Pretty cool.
I love the cheetahs there. I finally got to see the cheetahs.
The cheetahs like to hide a lot. Yeah. Especially when it's hot. All right. Mommy's first for this one, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
I went first for this one.
In The Little Mermaid, Ariel's father, King Triton, has 10 daughters. True or false?
Like false. In the movie?
Yes.
False.
Okay. Megan?
I have not seen any of Ariel's daughters ever. I mean, King Triton's daughters ever.
It's probably been a while since she's seen this movie, actually.
But I'll say false because I think she has like 6 sisters or 7 sisters.
6,
7. I did not realize that happened. I did not realize that happened. I did not do that.
Okay. It is false. He has 7 daughters, and the 7 daughters represent the 7 seas.
Oh, I shouldn't have known that. I was just like, I know how many daughters there are, but
all right, Megan, your turn first.
Is this hard?
In
the middle?
Seems like it's going to be a harder one.
When they were first making Toy Story, the movie, Buzz Lightyear was originally going to be named Lunar Larry. True or false?
I have no idea. I'll say true.
Mommy?
Because there's an L and there's L's in there's one L in Lightyear.
I also think true. And they probably did some testing and realized that did not have the same reaction as Buzz Lightyear. True.
You guys are correct. That was his original name, and then they picked Buzz.
That the test was just like, nope, no one would like that.
True.
Buzz Lightyear.
It's your turn first this time, Mommy.
It is.
Yep.
To infinity
and beyond. All right.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
I lost my train of thought.
I'm
there we
scared
go.
now too.
Okay. In Frozen.
Wait, which Frozen?
The original Frozen. Good clarifying question. In Frozen, Elsa's ice castle changes color based on her mood. True or false?
Does it change color?
You don't look at her. She's also trying to answer the question.
Well,
false.
Megan?
I feel like it's sort of in the middle because sometimes I see it blue, sometimes I see it purple. But I'll say false.
It's true.
What?
It turns blue when she's happy, red when she's scared, and purple when she is sad.
Now I'll have to watch Frozen again because I want to see.
I only saw it blue and purple, but like no red.
I thought you were going to pick true for that one because you said you had seen it in more than one color.
But like I thought that was like just the reflection of nighttime coming through the ice.
That's a good thought too. Yep. All right, Megan, you ready for the next one?
I'm a bit nervous, but I am ready to go.
Okay, you gotta look at me.
They can't hear you when you're turned
you
that
gotta
way.
face the mic. All right. There are live cats that live at Disney World and help catch pests at night. Do you know what a pest is?
Like rodents, like mice.
Yep.
I'll say true.
Mommy?
I feel like it's probably true, but I've never seen one.
Maybe they only come out at night and not during the day.
False.
It is true. The parks have many working cats. Most of them are like feral cats that they feed and take care of, and they actually give them veterinary services. Though you'll see more of them at Disneyland in California than you'll see in Disney World.
Okay.
Imagine if they mistook Mickey
For
a
a mouse for a rodent. Oh, that would not be good.
That would be fine.
All righty. Let's see. This one is Mommy's first? I forget.
Yes.
I've lost track. Okay. Imagineers use a special paint called Go Away Green to hide buildings.
Wait,
True or false?
Wait, what?
Imagineers, they're the people who build the parks and build new rides for the parks. They use a special paint called Go Away Green to hide buildings. Is that true or false?
False. They hide. False.
False?
You think it's false too? It's true.
What?
It's a specific shade of green that is designed to be ignored by the human eye. So it doesn't catch your eye. It's just something that kind of blends in with everything.
See, I was thinking false because a lot of their buildings they incorporate into other things like Tower of Terror in Morocco or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I was thinking false.
All right.
You're going to have to point one out to me when we're there next time.
Okay. Megan, you're first on this one. Space Mountain was the first completely dark indoor roller coaster. Is that true or false?
I can't figure this out.
So I will tell, it is a dark roller coaster. I know you've never been on it.
I know nothing about it except that it's a dark roller.
So it's a dark roller coaster. So just take a guess. Do you think it was the first one or no?
False?
Mommy?
I think true.
It is true. It was the first completely dark indoor roller coaster when it opened in 1975.
I knew it was an old one. Space Mountain is
Except
Bart's favorite one, right?
Except now there's tiny lights in there, right? I thought
you see like flashing like stars. So it's not it's supposed to look like shooting stars.
I've just like in pictures I've seen, or like sometimes I see like
you see it on the People Mover.
No. Like sometimes there's commercials for like Disney parks and like things like that. And like so I like see like a recording of people on Space Mountain and there's like lights of different colors.
I think that for the commercials they also have to put some lights on so that the camera can see the people on the ride. Otherwise, they'd be recording people in the dark so you wouldn't see anything. I think it's a little bit of a trick.
I would see eyes. I would see many eyes.
Mommy, you first for this one. Walt Disney lived to see the opening of Walt Disney World. True or false?
I feel like I should know this, and I'm stumped on this because no, he didn't. False.
Megan?
True?
Nope, it is false.
I thought it was true because it's called Walt Disney World and he's Walt Disney.
Yes, and his brother Roy made sure that they put Walt Disney World on in the name so that people would remember
to
him.
Brainstorm it and to plan it out, and he just died before it opened, like shortly before it opened, right?
4 years before it opened. He died in 1966. The park didn't open until 1961.
But it was a work in progress, right?
Yes. Yep.
See, where I was almost confused was because I knew Epcot he didn't make it to, but I was just like, did he make it to Magic Kingdom?
Nope, he sure did not. Megan, you first. Peter Pan lives in a place called Foreverland. True or false?
Oh, this is so false.
Agree. False.
I was going to say something. He lives in Neverland.
That's right.
It looked like you were thinking for a second, and then it dawned on her, and she's like, oh.
No, I was not. I was thinking of what I was going to say after.
Oh, okay. So that you didn't give away the answer right away?
Yeah, because like I was going to say he lived in a different. I didn't remember what I was going to say. Like I didn't remember where he lived. I just remembered that he didn't live in whatever Daddy said.
Okay.
Whatever Daddy said.
Foreverland. All right. True or false? The monorail can take you directly inside the Contemporary Resort.
What's a Contemporary Resort?
Oh, where Chef Mickey's is. True.
This is so true.
It is true.
I've seen monorail tracks.
We've ridden the monorail.
We've gotten off in there before.
Yep.
This is so
possibly true. Multiple times, didn't we? We either got on or off there when we went to Chef Mickey's.
Well, I've only been on the monorail once to go there.
I think we
Or leave it there.
went on it and like went over to Polly after.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we got on it and then went to Polly and then took the monorail back.
All right. Last question. There is a huge system of tunnels beneath the Magic Kingdom. Is that true or false?
For what?
For what?
For what?
The tunnels are for workers. Is that true or false?
I'll say true.
Mommy?
So true.
It is true. They have a whole city underneath Magic Kingdom so that all of the people who work there can get from one part of the park to the other much faster.
Without all the
without-
crowd seeing them.
Yep. So
What?
yeah, and they're called utilidors.
What's a utilidor?
I just told
The
you what a
underground
utilidor
tunnels.
is. It's the underground tunnels.
I don't know where they are, but
How do you leave an underground tunnel?
through the utilidor.
Well, you probably leave. There's probably stairs or elevators so that you can get there. All righty. So that will do it. And in the end, Mommy did end up winning.
It had to be close because
It was pretty close.
What's the score?
Mommy had 16 and Megan had 14.
Wow.
It's
Good
very
job.
close. Excellent.
And how many questions were there in all?
Said about
I'd have to
25.
count. Yeah. I'd have to look back and see exactly how many. But you guys got a fair amount of them right. You really did. You did a great job.
Need to be tougher next time. No,
Yeah, I'll
actually, I
make them
think
a little tougher.
not too much tougher though.
Where are you going? I don't have them numbered, so
No,
you
she
won't
wants
able
to be
count
on the
them.
screen.
Oh.
I am making
Okay, so I have one more
Okay.
true or false question.
Ooh.
True or false? The Mazas are going on the Disney Destiny next month.
This is so true. And this was only for me, wasn't it?
Well,
I mean, it is next month.
so what are you looking most forward to? What do you think that you're most excited about?
I think I'm most excited about. I think you know. The Kids Club. The
The
Kids
Kids Club?
Club. The Kids Club.
She does love the Kids Club. And we're going to have 2 C days this time, so there'll probably be a little more time to do things like the Kids Club.
Kids Club. Kids Club.
Mommy,
Kids
do you
Club.
have anything that you're super excited about?
I mean, I think all of it. I want to go Castaway. Hopefully, we get a nice day. Maybe a little warmer than the last time we were at Castaway.
Yeah, a little less windy. It was very
temperature-wise,
windy.
actually, we'll take it. But it was the wind that was chilly.
Yeah, because when you got out of the water and the wind was blowing, it was so cold.
Yeah, then you went to the Kids Club splash pad thing at the Kids
That's
Club,
true.
and you just played there nonstop.
Yeah.
I never played at the Splash Pad Kids Club.
Yes, you did.
You went to the Kids Club
yeah,
on
you went-
Castaway.
You went to the Kids Club there, and Mommy and Daddy went and
We
explored
explored the
little
island
bit.
a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, I do not remember that.
What about you?
I think that
I know you talked about it last week. But
Yeah, no, I think that I'm really looking forward to trying out some of the like seeing if we can try out some of the different parlors and things like that. Like the Haunted Mansion parlor looks really cool.
Kids Club.
Yes, and the Sanctum, which is Doctor Strange theme. So don't really have a lot of familiarity with that, but it looks really cool. And Emily was talking about a really cool drink that she got there that that I want to try. So just some new experiences.
Yeah, and we can check another country off our list too.
That's true. We're going to be doing a lot of checking off of countries this year, because later in the year, we're going to be going to Europe, which
I
is
will
going to be
still
fun.
have one country. Well, you might have more, but I will still have one country on Meghan. I was about to say, by the time she's 8, she's going to be 8 years old, and we'll have gone to more countries that are the same amount as I've been at, almost 40.
Yeah.
But we have Bermuda on her.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm
Not
excited.
going to Bermuda. Not going to Bermuda.
Well, you may sometime, but
I would love to take
I'm
you
very
there.
I'm very excited to go back to Paris.
Control.
Go sit in your chair. Thank you. I'm very excited to go back to Paris, and because the last time I was there twice before in Paris or around the area, but I was in high school, so it was a long time ago.
But this is all in the summer, so it's a ways away still.
Yeah, but we can still talk about it.
Oh no, a ways away. It's a few months. It's several months away still.
You know, and because we were
talking about the countries.
I was getting back to my story that I was telling that you interrupted. So it was pretty much we were with a tour group. So a lot of the things that we did were pretty much very regimented, and we were always with the group. We got a little bit of exploring time for ourselves, but
you were high school students, so they weren't giving you too much.
And the first time that I went, I was actually like a freshman, so they weren't going to let me go anywhere by myself. I was, not old enough to be traipsing around Paris by myself. But there was something cool that happened when I was in Paris that first time, when I was not old enough to go off on my own.
Can I see? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Well, you might not think it's as cool as I do, but I went with my teacher to go see his wife's grandmother. He said, "Hey, do you want to come? I'm going to," and it was just very cool to like just be in this woman's like little Parisian
like real
apartment.
Paris versus tourist Paris.
Like in this real Parisian apartment, just sitting there and watching them have this conversation, in French. And at that point, I knew enough French that I could kind of get what was going on. But it was just like such an authentic experience compared to like all the tour stuff that you do. That's always stuck out for me as something that was really cool. I mean, this was a woman who probably had, who definitely had experienced World War II in Paris, and
World War II.
Yeah, and I was sitting there with her, just having coffee and listening to them, talk about what she had been up to, because he hadn't seen her in a long time because he was living in America and she was living in France. So just that was a very cool experience. So I'm looking forward to us being able to kind of like explore Paris a little bit, and then we're going to Ireland, where I've never been. So I'm
None
very
of us
excited.
have ever been.
Yeah. So
I have.
You've been to Ireland?
Yes, I have.
Anyway, I think
in your
that's
dreams?
Time to call it, because
No, but not time to
imagination from books, possibly.
Nope, I've been to Ireland, and I know that.
Wow. Anyway,
I've seen a real leprechaun.
You've seen a real leprechaun?
Yeah.
Did you find his pot of gold?
No, but I followed its footprints until I saw it, and then it jumped into a river.
All right. Well, we're getting into story time, so I think it's time to read Megan the story and get to bed. So, everybody, it is time to say good night.
Good night. Good night, Megan. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I love good night.
Well, even though these weren't always the hardest questions and the most challenging subjects, there were times when Eileen and Meghan were not necessarily confident in their choices. But let me tell you, one thing that you can be confident in is your choice to go with We Do Travel Right. That's because We Do Travel Right has that one-on-one service of an agent And that agent has the power of a team behind them. In fact, different teams. You've got the dining team, and you've got all these different people who are working in different facets to help make sure that your trip ends up being the best trip that it can be. And that's whether you are going to Disney, to Universal, on a cruise, or to an all-inclusive. And the best thing is their services, regardless of which one of these you're doing, are free. That's right. You do not pay anything extra to use We Do Travel Right. And why? That's because all of these places build the use of an agent into their pricing already. So you're paying for the agent whether you use it or not. So doesn't it just make sense to use the agent? So if you are ready to get your next magical vacation started today, go to wedotravelright.com/Maza. That's wedotravelright.com/MAZA. All right, and that will wrap up this episode of the Mazas Musings podcast. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you had fun and played along with us. I know, as said before, that these were not the most challenging questions, but of course, this is a game that hopefully you could have played with your kids as well. And if you've heard the episode, played along, and you thought, hey, my kid would enjoy this, go ahead, bring them on and listen again and play along with them. While we're talking about the ways that we can do things together, let's talk about the ways that we can connect. Then the best way to connect with us is on social media. We've got the Mazas Musings podcast Facebook page and the Facebook group, The Musin Place, which is the Mazas Musings community. We also have Instagram, Threads, and Twitter X at Mazas Musings Pod. We also have a TikTok at Mazas Musings Podcast, and we are on Blue Sky. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page as well. You can find this and all the other information that you need on this podcast as well on our website, mazasmusings.wordpress.com. You'll notice that I did a little bit of tweaking with a couple of things to make past episodes easier to find. You'll also find while you're there some more information about me and this podcast, and you'll find out how to sign up for our newsletter, which is, again, another way for us to connect. The newsletter goes into your inbox once a week and kind of lets you know about what we've got coming up, what you might have missed. We also talk about sweepstakes or contests or other news that might be of interest to you. And we'll also shout out other podcasts from time to time. So just go to our website, find the link, put in your email address, and you'll get that once a week. Now, of course, the best way to support a podcast, whether it's mine or somebody else's, is to tell people about it. Word of mouth is the best way to grow the community that we're trying to build here and get more people listening. But you can also leave a rating or a review on your favorite podcatcher, and that will help bump us up in those algorithms that make it easier for people to find us and listen. And as I said again, join the community, because that's what we're all about here. That's what this whole podcast is about, is connecting with people, giving people an opportunity to share their passions, share some of my own passions, and just generally connect on a level that we can all have a little bit of fun. Now, if you're looking to support us just even a little bit more, you can buy us a blue milk. You can find how to do that on our website as well. And buying us a blue milk is just a small, obligation-free way to help us with some of the small costs that go into putting this podcast together. And whether you are joining us for the first time or buying us blue milk or anything in between, we appreciate all the support. And I hope you have a great weekend and a great week. Podcast is brought to you by Hi Dad Soup. Check them out at Mickey and Minutes on Instagram.